What's up, everyone? Welcome into another episode of the Run Your Day podcast. As always, Dan Hafner here. Super excited to be with you guys again today. Looking forward to talking more about the theme of acceptance. Today's topic is boredom will make you burn. I love this topic idea. It's going to be a great show. Sit back, relax, and enjoy today's podcast.
Welcome to the Run Your Day podcast, where our goal is to expand your focus and perspective on life. This is your daily dose of motivation, mindfulness, and so much more. And now, here to help you take your day back, your host, Dan Hafner.
All right, everyone. So, welcome into the show. The third topic inside of this theme of acceptance is boredom will make you burn. I have to admit, I am kind of adapting a lot of this material from another group that I am a part of, but I am putting my own twist on it. So I'm not trying to copy or steal from anybody. I just wanted to really share this insight that I have received and actually put into practice in my life. And I really want to share it with you guys here on the Run Your Day podcast, because I really think this is something that really applies to all of us every single day and can creep into your life so easily. And if you really learn to look at this concept, from a higher angle and really think about it critically, you can really affect your day-to-day operations and even your long-term operations. So with that being said, boredom will make you burn. So when I talk about burn, I mean screwing things up in your life, getting to a point where you're not doing, you're not striving, you're not reaching for anything. You stop chasing your goals. You just stopped giving a crap about things. You just really burn things down in the sense of giving up, of making things worse, putting strain on a relationship for no reason at all. We've all been there where we're stressed about something or things aren't going our way and we take it out on the ones we love. Or, we have a bad day at work and it spills over to a relationship, and then vice versa, that, we have a bad day in our relationship and then we have a terrible, unproductive, awful day at work. So it really, in the sense of that, I'm talking about burning your progress down, where you've been working day in and day out to get somewhere, to do something, to build something. And then all of a sudden you just get triggered for no reason. And you're just, like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. And I just don't care. And I'm just going to burn this to the ground because it'll make me feel better. And that's such a short-term view of things that it's so detrimental. And I mean, I've been there. I get it. I know this feeling of just being triggered and not wanting to do it, and just saying, throwing your hands up in the air to the sky and just being like, nope, can't do it anymore. Don't want to do it. And a lot of times this can become, there really are two ways that this happens. And one is through burnout and one is through boredom. And the boredom one really strikes home with me because I experienced this in my life before many, many times, and none so much as probably, I don't know, about 6 to 8 months ago, maybe eight or 9 months ago, probably a little longer, about 8 or 9 months ago, where, things were just not clicking for me. And even though I would get up in the morning with the intention to work out or to do something and be productive, I would wake up, 2 hours before I had to be at work, and would literally just sit on my couch and flip through Facebook for 45 minutes while I ate Cheerios or some other terrible thing for breakfast, and just felt like crap the whole rest of the day. I mean, does this sound familiar? Is this what you do on a daily basis? If it is, I highly encourage you to look at this from a critical standpoint and think, okay, maybe I'm doing something that's not productive. Okay. But this was my situation, right? And I got to a point where I recognized that I was just bored. Like, I was just bored. I didn't have anything to strive for. I didn't have anything to shoot for or work for. I had no long-term goals. I had no ambitions. I was stuck in a job where I wasn't going to move up, where no matter how hard I worked, I wasn't going to go anywhere. And it was just something I didn't enjoy. And it took all my energy to get up and go there and just actually be present and want to work and want to take, the initiative and go the extra mile. And I started to notice, looking back on it, I didn't at the time. Now, see, this is the thing. You don't notice this at the time, but looking back on it, I started to burn other areas of my life to the ground. I started to be less responsive to my, she wasn't my wife at the time, my fiance, now my wife, my lovely wife joined us on the last episode. If you didn't catch that one, I highly recommend you go back and listen to that one. But I started to be less responsive to her. I started to just, not really be as engaged with her, and, in the midst of wedding planning and all this stuff that was going on, it was just hard, right? And I started to not work out as much, I didn't gain a whole lot of weight just because I've never been that person that gained weight easily, but I didn't eat well. So like I didn't feel very, I just didn't take care of my diet. So, I started to just feel worse. I just didn't have the energy to go throughout the day. I was tired all the time, just was not performing at a level that I wanted to be. And I started to burn things down, right? Like my body just kind of felt worse. My relationship just kind of felt worse. My bank account got worse because I would go buy things on a whim and was not sticking to my budget, and just, for that short-term fulfillment of wanting to just make myself feel better out of boredom, right? Out of just being like, well, this short-term fix will, help me and make me feel better right now, but it might not, it won't last. It's not a lasting feeling, right? So boredom can creep into your life very, very easily. And it's hard to recognize when it does, right? Because you might not notice. I know a lot of people that will literally sit there. I've watched them before. Like, I've watched people do this with my own two eyes. Just sit there and scroll through Facebook for just long periods of time. Like, I'm talking like just long periods of time. I've never sat and watched them the whole time, but like, walking by, seeing someone on Facebook and then seeing them another 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, and they're still looking at Facebook. Like, I get it. We stay connected on social media, and it's a good platform and a good way to stay connected to the people that you love. But a lot of stuff on Facebook is useless. Like, let's be honest. A lot of stuff on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, it's pretty useless, right? It's a tool that just sucks you in for no good reason. And it's so easy to just get so involved and engulfed in those platforms and forget about the focus and the clarity that you need inside of your own life in order to get what you're actually chasing. It's tough. I get it. Like, that stuff's built that way to be addictive. It's built to make you bored. Like, that's what this stuff is designed for. Like, the people that created these were absolute geniuses. So like, you have to realize that you're falling prey to these things. And like, honestly, I don't look at Facebook for more than 5 seconds anymore. I check notifications. Okay, I'm done. I move on. I share my shows on there on Facebook. I check the comments on the Run Your Day page, and and then I just move on. Like, that is really what I use it for. But I digress with this. But it's the point I'm trying to make with today's show is that boredom is one of the key ways that we start to burn things down. And sometimes you have to realize that inside of this theme of acceptance, you have to accept that boredom is something that is poisonous to you. It's poisonous because it just doesn't give you what you're trying to get. It doesn't give you what you want ultimately, right? And it's easy to accept boredom into our lives because we all want to be comfortable. We all want to be, like our bodies aren't meant to strive. They are not wired to strive, to constantly push. And accepting this fact and knowing that you have to get outside of your comfort zone and break that bondage of boredom is hard to do on a consistent basis. It's really hard to do. But if I can do it, you can do it. I believe in you. I know that you can change. I know that you can break out of this, rut of boredom that you might be feeling and make a better, just make a better situation for yourself and start to not be bored. But you do this through addition, right? You don't try to subtract things out of your life, like taking away Facebook or taking away a phone or taking away things that, are your, methods of sedation and just boredom, but you add in different things, right? The addition of things is what helps you. And I'll talk more about that in future episodes. That's a whole different conversation in itself. But I just wanted to talk. This is really an insight that has really changed my life and really made me realize that, at one point I was super bored and I burned stuff to the ground. And if you can get to the point where you realize that, you'll be better off because you can start adding things into your life that will give you energy, that will give you purpose, renew your purpose, and kill that boredom inside of you. So my challenge for you today is to think about where in your life are you basically bored out of your mind, and how is that burning other areas of your life to the ground? Okay, so that's my challenge for you today. Think about that. Post any comments below on the Run Your Day Facebook page. I'll post this up in there. Would love to hear from you guys about this. We'll share this on Twitter as well. Be sure to follow the Run Your Day Facebook page for all the updates on shows and any additional information that we put out there as well. So as always, thank you guys for joining. It was a little bit longer of a show today. I'm kind of trying a little different format with these. So I really appreciate you guys listening. As always, thank you for joining the Run Your Day podcast. My name is Dan Hafner, and I will talk to you guys next time.
Thank you for listening to the Run Your Day podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, feel free to share today's show with friends and family. Until next time, have a great day.